everything. I'm like, man, you don't know who I am, I don't know who you is, XYZ. So he just got so get on in bed, lay down. Boom, 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 boom. I'm like, what the fuck? But I'm talking about the dive, he throwing haymakers, bro. I'm talking about like lightning strikes to the point when I got out the cell, they brought me out the cell. I was crying getting out the cell because I got a daughter. I get downstairs, officer like, stop crying, I can help you, man.
Endure to the end, I really need the kingdom. Endure to the end, Lord willing I can get it. Endure to the end, the Lord know I need him. Endure to the end, the Lord I wanna see him. Endure to the end, endure to the end, yeah, yeah. Endure to the end, endure to the end, endure to the end, endure to the end. We tryna get this win, I do not wanna sin. Saying you not my friend. I'm praying to the Lord, I'm hoping that he hear me. The most I innocent, the only one I'm fearing. King commandments and endure, he knocking open up that door. Bible what I'm gonna explore, Israel he gon' restore. That Lord, get him what I'm looking for. Even what you looking for, you're not gon' read anymore. Endure to the end, I really need the
economics of our people is at a lower state. You got some of our people doing better now, a lot of black-owned businesses, but a lot of times you get the materials, you get the products, all from your oppressor. You got to get it from China, right? You get it from another manufacturing company that's not owned by your people. Right. So you still got to go to your enemy for everything. And give me verse 68.
Deuteronomy 28 and 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again.
Now, you familiar with Moses' sister? When Moses was in Egypt, what did he tell Pharaoh? Let my people go, right? Because his people were in slavery in Egypt, right? Building up the treasure cities, building up the pyramids, so on and so forth. So he said, let my people go. This is after the people was let go in the book of Deuteronomy. Now they're in the wilderness. You understand? Keep reading.
Shall bring thee into Egypt again.
So the Lord said, what? If you break my commandments, I'm going to bring you back into Egypt. So if we just left from Egypt, and in Egypt we were in slavery, what do you think the Lord is saying right here? If you break my commandments, if you do wrong, there you go. See, sister, all praise to the Most High. You know, I get excited, right? You got it.
With ships.
With what?
With ships.
With what?
With ships.
Hold on now, with ships. So this Egypt in Deuteronomy 28 and 68 is talking about slavery. It's spiritual. So he said, guess what? If you break my commandments, I'm going to bring you back into slavery with ships. What people that happened to? Slavery on ships. Us. That's how we got to America.
Right,
we wouldn't be in Detroit right now if we didn't get brung over here with ships. Right, read on.
By the way whereof I spake unto thee, thou shalt see it no more again.
We never seen our homeland. Read on.
And there ye shall be sold unto your enemies, for bond men and bond women.
Slave men, slave women. Read on.
And no man shall buy you.
And no man shall buy you out of your slavery. No man shall redeem you. Right, not Martin Luther King, not Malcolm X. They all tried.
Yeah.
Right, Jesse Jackson. They all tried. They best. Some of them died trying. But the Lord said, no man shall redeem you. The only person that can redeem us is the Lord and coming back to his law, statutes, and commandments. So that's what we out here to tell our people. Come back to the Lord, keep his laws, because we in these conditions as black people for breaking the commandments. That makes sense, sister? Yeah. All praises to the Most High. So what do we have to do in order to come out of this slavery or come out of these curses as a nation of people?
Well, you got to know his word and follow it and apply it.
Give me John 14 and 15. But a lot of people don't like following the word, sister. They say it's too hard. They say that's not how I was raised, or, you know, I got my own life, I got my own mind. I respect the Bible, but I don't want to follow it.
Right.
But what do you say, sister?
I mean, no, the word is everything, you know, and you do have to follow it. I mean, we're human. God knows we're not perfect. We're gonna make mistakes, but I know we're supposed to repent and forever strive, you know, to follow his path, to you know, follow his
Give me Proverbs
blueprint.
24:16. That's right, because the Lord said, matter of fact, you can bring that out first. Let me get that. You give me that Proverbs 24:16. Bring this out.
This John chapter 14 and verse 15. Bring it out. If ye love me, keep my commandments.
What the Lord say?
If ye love me, keep my commandments.
So, sister, would you agree that love is also action?
Love is an action.
Right, so if we say we love God, we have to show forth those actions. You can't say we love God, but we smoking and talking about people behind their back, or even eating pork, sister.
You're right, absolutely.
Okay, so you know eating pork is a sin.
I do know that, even though I eat a little bacon sometimes, but you're right though.
Right. So the Lord said we can't just sin sometimes.
Right, no, you
know. So when it comes to the pork bacon, you got different types of bacon. You got beef bacon, you got turkey bacon.
That was just a little small example, but I know what you're saying.
So the Lord even gave us alternatives. Right, we don't have to eat the abominations, the crab, the shrimp, the lobster,
scavengers,
all those scavengers, the roaches of the ocean. The Lord gave us clean things to eat. Right, so we can't say that the Lord's commandments are grievous, because they're not.
Right.
And guess what? They all to help you. They all to make you live longer. Because when you eating clean, you live a longer life.
That's true. I believe that.
You know, when you're not smoking, you live a longer life because your lungs are now being preserved.
Right.
You know, same thing with drinking. When you're not overindulging in that alcohol, you live a longer life. You know, some people, they drink that alcohol and they start aging. You know, they 40 years old, but they look like they 75.
Because it does age you.
Because it ages you. Right, so bring this out, Proverbs 24:16.
This is the book of Proverbs chapter 24 and verse number 16.
Bring it out.
For a just man falleth 7 times.
Right, a just man or woman, read on.
And riseth up again. But the wicked shall fall into mischief.
Right, so we understand when you trying to live a righteous life for God, it's going to be hard sometimes. You're going to slip, you're going to fall. But the point is, you can't fall into mischief. You can't say, well, I'm going to sin anyway, so it is what it is. I'm going to go smoke this weed, I'm going to go deal with this woman or deal with this man, and I'm not married to him. You can't do that. You know, you got to have a willful mind to serve the Most High. Right now, we're going to give you this too, sister, before you go. Give me Deuteronomy 22:5.
It's Deuteronomy chapter 22 and verse 5. Bring it out. The woman shall not wear that which pertaineth unto a man, neither shall a man put on a woman's garment.
Right, so what do you think that's talking about?
I mean, I guess women should not have on pants. You know, yes, and I'm putting you for all that. Yeah, and it's true because I was raised that way.
All praises to the Most High. So if you truly love God, sister, wouldn't you go back to just wearing strictly dresses and skirts?
Yes, if you just gonna bottom line it, no black and white. Yeah, I mean, it's logical. It makes sense.
All praises to the Most High.
So, thank you for this word.
All right, sister.
Thank you.
I'm excited.
Okay. Well, thank you.
All right. Get a sister a flyer too. Here you go, sister. Enjoy it, my heart.
Thank you. All right.
Look at me. Listen, man. Kool-Aid smile now. All praise. I love teaching Israel, man.
My great grandmother, I was like 13 when she passed away. And I didn't realize it at the time though, but I never seen what her legs looked like. Even when she sleeps, she always had a long nightgown or a long dress. My grandma was the first person in our family to put pants on, but my great grandmother, I never even seen what her legs looked like because she always had a long dress on.
See that? I get excited, man. I'm excited right now, man. You know, all praises to the Most High. You know, this made my whole week, man. Teaching Israel. Parking the sheep. You got it, brother. You know, some of the like the older cartoons, you know, they would depict the woman from the waist down and they always have a dress on. The only thing you might see is their shoes or their ankles. Yeah. So that's a beautiful thing for women to put on dresses and skirts. It's not until the 60s that women started wearing pants. Matter of fact, look that up, brother. Let's go into some history. Women liberation movement.
ChatGPT.
Yeah, you can go ChatGPT. Because the woman liberation movement, it actually destroyed the family structure. Right? A lot of people think slavery within itself destroyed our families, but when you check it out, it was really woman liberation, man. Giving women the power and the liberty to gad abroad, to do what they want to do, giving them rights. Now they can vote. Now they can go out into the workforce and work with you. And that creates a lot of friction. And that's no disrespect to women. But should a woman want to be at home taking care of their kids, not having to worry about bills and stressing and going out and laboring, and you want to do this and you got to do that?
The scriptures say.
And guess what? It becomes a lot on you emotionally. So we tell our sisters, come back to living a righteous lifestyle. It's okay as a sister to have a grind. You might have a business, you might have a hustle. You know, Proverbs 31 woman, she was also a woman that hustled for her family.
Bringing in money for house.
Right? But you don't want to, but the thing is, when you get that wealth as a woman, a lot of the times you don't know how to balance that out. And you let that wealth get to your head and you become prideful. Right? Your man might not make as much as you, but you make more than him. Now you telling him what to do because you make more money. It doesn't work like that. But that's a power dynamic that the so-called white man understood and he implemented within our nation. And that's something that a serpent will do. That's a plan and that's a scheme that he put together to destroy the nation of Israel. Right? He took in the 70s, he industrialized our cities. So a lot of the factory jobs that our people worked, they got sent overseas. And then shortly after that, guess what? He put crack in our community. So the so-called white man strategically set it up for us to fall and fail. So you got the women liberation movement, you got crack in our communities. What's gonna happen? The men gonna go to jail and the women gonna be single mothers and they're gonna live off the government. And the government is gonna raise your children and they're gonna destroy your children. So we hip to you, Esau, we done figured it out. We got it, we got the knowledge now. So now we gotta break these generational curses, right? Now give me Psalms chapter 60 and verse 3. Break those generational curses, Israel. Don't fall victim to the stereotypes. This is Psalms chapter 60 and verse 3.
This is the book of Psalms chapter 60 and verse 3.
Right?
Thou hast shewed thy people hard things.
What the Lord say?
Thou hast shewed thy people hard things.
We got showed some very hard things, man, in our life. That's why brothers, they got PTSD. Brothers got high levels of anxiety.
It's part of the curses too.
It's all part of the curses. When you had the damn drop on the floor because gunshots going through your window, rocks going, that happened to me when I was a kid, man. Somebody threw a damn rock through my window. We thought it was shooting. We all had got on the floor. I remember it vividly like it was yesterday. Right? Keep reading. I seen my mother get robbed in front of me. Real talk, man. Yeah, Jake robbed my mother, man, on the first. Thought she had some money, some welfare money. Right? Bring it up.
Thou hast broken it. It's like it. Thou hast broken it. Healed the breaches thereof. It's like I'll read verse 2. It says, thou hast made us to drink the wine of astonishment.
We drunk that wine of astonishment. What happens when you drink strong wine? You begin to stumble, you stagger, you fumble, you might fall flat on your face. And that's what we did as a nation of people. Read on.
Reading on, verse number 4. Thou hast given a banner to them that fear thee, that it may be displayed because of the truth. Salah. That thy beloved may be delivered. Save with thy right hand and hear me.
See that? So we may be delivered. So that's why the Lord has risen up the prophets to teach our people. Because now our deliverance is coming shortly. And through the spirit on the lower level, we already been delivered, man. Because now you understanding that you're an Israelite. Now you're coming back to the commandments of God. And that's the first step of deliverance.
Right.
Give me Proverbs chapter 6 and verse 5. You got a precept? Yeah. You got it, King.
This Psalms chapter 83 and verse 3.
Right.
They have taken crafty counsel against thy people and consulted against thy hidden ones.
Very crafty counsel. This is a classic Hebrew Israelite precept. I expect every brother and sister to know this scripture, man. They have taken crafty counsel. And crafty counsel isn't something they made up on the fly. They didn't just wing it. No, they sat down at a round table in a secret dungeon of Bohemian Grove somewhere in Colorado. We don't even know where it's at. It's an undisclosed location, right? And they all sat around the table and they was drinking blood, right? And God knows what else. And they said, look, how can we destroy these Israelites? Okay, this is what we're going to do. We're going to put crack in their community, right? The CIA put crack in our communities, man. How did crack hit every city of America in the 80s? How is that even possible? How can it hit every city, every ghetto, every hood? Except it was put in there. Bring this out.
Verse 4, they have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation.
Come and let us cut them off from being a nation. Let's tell them they Negro. right? Let's tell them they Africans, right? Let's tell them they black, right? But let's not tell them that they're Israelites, right? They even went as far to change a city, because when you understand the history of Nat Turner, he was trying to escape to a city called Jerusalem, Virginia. They even went as far as to change the name of that city, so we don't have an ounce or a glimpse of knowledge of who our people were, right? And brothers could look that up on their own time. Nat Turner, even though he didn't have a full understanding, he knew he was an Israelite, and he was trying to go to Jerusalem, Virginia. Look it up. Bring this up.
That the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance.
Now, and guess what? Israel at one point in time, it wasn't in remembrance. Who was talking about Israelites in the 50s? You had a lot of scared Negroes trying to be like the white man. But then the Most High raised up the spirit of different men on the earth. Even men that didn't have a full knowledge, such as Malcolm X. The Lord still put that spirit of revolution upon our people. You had Malcolm X. You had Fred Hampton. And that brother Fred Hampton, he was 21 years old when they killed him. Just imagine that. He started a program called the WIC program, right? Taking care of single families and things of that sort. That was a mighty brother, man. 21 years old. Imagine what he could have did if he lived a longer life. And they scared of power. That's why they had to kill that man. And they also killed his wife and his children, man. Death to Esau. Death to Esau. Y'all want us to love the so-called white man for what, man? Look what he did to our people. Right? Keep reading. Nope. That's right. Yeah, come listen to the scriptures. You ain't going no damn where, man. That's right. You gotta get on Israel. You gotta tell Israel, get out that car and come hear the words of the Lord, man. In a minute, we're gonna start, putting our hands. Hey, brother, come up here and hear this word, man. You got it. Hey, we didn't have to do that. We didn't have to do that to a few brothers. Hey, man, come hear this word, brother. Yeah, they could say they don't like it, but it is what it is. Sometimes you gotta pull a Nehemiah on, brothers.
I was about to say, you got that Nehemiah.
That's right. Just think about it. You want somebody to show that tough love to you, man. Because that's somebody that really care about you. You know, we're not just trying to see you walk across the street and get hit by a damn bus. But if you stay in the world, that's what's going to happen on the spiritual level. You're going to get hit by different buses. Whether that's drugs, whether that's getting jammed up in prison, smoking weed till your damn lungs collapse and fell on you. I would hate to see that happen to a brother. His lungs collapse. What happened to the brother? You know, he was that weed.
You know, the new thing nowadays is the pills.
Yeah.
You know, the fentanyl being such a big thing.
Yeah.
You don't know what's in there.
You don't.
It's too late.
And that's why you shouldn't do drugs. Oh, brother, you know, I'm going through it, brother. I had a rough life. We all had rough lives. You know, so you should find hope and comfort in the scriptures. Give me Matthew chapter 11 and verse 27. We understand how it is, Israel. And a lot of us did the same wicked, folly things. You know, he had brothers that smoked weed, did pills, drunk lean, freaked off. But guess what? The Most High had mercy and compassion upon us and brought us into this knowledge. Right? Hey, I know a brother in the world, he died from a damn fentanyl overdose. Hey, this was a brother, he always had money. You know, he always had a car. You know, and guess what? He got hooked on them drugs. And the last time I seen him, this is years ago, he was real skinny. He was on a train. I said, like, what the hell he going on the train? He never got on the train. This man always had a car, always had something going good for himself. You know? So that's sad, man. It just show you that our people, we under these curses. And never get prideful, man, because the Lord can put those spirits on you. Exactly. So always walk in humility as an Israelite man. Have compassion on your brother, but also get on your brother if he's just blatantly going off, because you got to hold each other accountable. You got it.
It's Matthew chapter 11 and verse 27. All things are delivered unto me of my Father, and no man knoweth the Son but the Father.
Matthew 11 and 27. Yeah, 28.
Matthew 11 and 28. Come unto me, all ye that labor and are heavy laden.
Right, come unto me, all ye that work and are heavy within your work. And we work. And working is just not clocking in. That's not what just work is. Working is taking care of your family,
Right.
serving the ministry,
Right.
enduring. That takes a lot of work, because when you're enduring, you're going against the resistance,
Right.
which is work. Right. Whenever you bench pressing, you putting those weights on, and essentially that resistance, that's what makes you stronger. Constant resistance. Right? That's what builds your muscles up. So when you enduring and keeping the commandments and not giving up, it makes you stronger because you're working your spirit out. Exactly. You got it, brother.
And I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you and learn of me, for I am meek and lowly in heart, and ye shall find rest unto your souls.
See that? You shall find rest to your soul. Give me Hebrews 4:11. We want that rest. And our rest is coming, Israel. So just hold on.
It's a little bit more on that if you want me to finish.
Look at Hebrews chapter 4.
Salaki, you can finish on that.
Verse 30. For my yoke is easy.
For my what?
For my yoke is easy.
So the Lord's yoke is, look, the Lord's yoke is easy. Why do I say that? Because if you put yourself under the yoke of the so-called white man, you're going to be destroyed in this world. You ain't going to know what to do. He going to tell you go to a horoscope. Right, he gonna tell you just please your flesh. Go drink. It's legal. Go drink. That's what the so-called white man is gonna tell you. Right? He gonna give you some pills. Oh, you know, you said you got back pain. Okay, get these pills, and you're gonna get hooked on the pills. No, you gotta find rest in the Lord. What the so-called white man gonna give you Christianity? He gonna tell you, look. You know, it's okay. God loves everybody. Just go to church. You know, put in your tithes, and that's gonna make you feel better. No, it didn't make us feel better. It made us feel worse.
God.
We didn't know nothing. Right? You see how people leave their church, man, and church not the same no more. You know. Hey, a lot of people don't even go to church, which is a good thing. A lot of people repenting and they coming back to the truth. You got it, brother.
And my burden is light.
And my what?
And my burden is light.
And my burden is light. So this is a light burden, man. What we going through right now is light affliction. Because you got to always think about it. Somebody might got it worse than you. You got brothers out here with no legs, man. No arms. Paralyzed from the neck on down to the foot. They got to get fed. But you out here complaining, man.
There's some terminal illness they can't get rid of it, where they not right with their mind.
Yep, terminal illness. Man, it's so much I can name, bro. You got people out here with shameful diseases.
Yeah.
They can't get rid of it. Oh man, what happened? I got judged. So you always gotta have a sense of humility and be grateful for the position the Lord got you in. You got saw, oh man, I need a car. I need a car. And you got people that's catching a bus. And then you got people that's walking. Y'all heard that analogy before. You got people that's flying. You got people that's driving. You got people that's walking, and then you got people that say, "I wish I had legs to walk." That's deep, man. So never complain about your situation. The Lord hates that, honestly. Give me Philippians chapter 2 and verse 14. The Lord hates murmuring. What happened to the Israelites when we murmured in the wilderness? We got destroyed. Give me that Numbers chapter 11 and verse 1. So think about that, Israel.
2 and 13. 2 and 14.
Yeah.
This Philippians chapter 2 and verse 14.
God.
Do all things without murmurings and disputings.
Right. Do all things without murmuring and disputing. The word murmuring literally means complaining, not being content. And guess what? Paul wrote Philippians from prison.
Yeah, he did.
Right? He spent 2.5 years in prison. So even when Paul was in prison, he was content with the state that he was in. He wasn't stressing. He didn't go grab a rope. You got men that grab ropes in prison and hang themselves. So Paul was the embodiment of a warrior. You got it, brother.
And then too, I want to make a quick point. When you go into that word murmuring, it's an actual spirit behind it. It's not just your regular complaint. It's evil behind it. Yeah. When you go into it, I'm gonna pull it up real quick in the etymology. When you go into the word murmuring,
Right.
pull it up real quick.
Because we make our complaints before the Lord daily as far as sighing and crying for the abominations. So you do have righteous complaints when you ask the Lord, Lord, please destroy America. Please take down our enemy. That's us complaining to the Lord, asking him to bring destruction on Esau. But then you got the wicked murmuring, and the brother about to bring it up.
You say murmuring, it's an expression, discontent or complaint by grumbling. Murmur, argument. It says to mutter. And then that's it on that. So it's a discontent and complaining spirit behind murmur. So you literally not being content, and it's an evil type murmur. Like they literally refuse to be satisfied with the things that they had in the wilderness. That was more than enough.
And we got one of the songs with like Christian slavery.
Yeah. Turn this around. I want to show this brother. Right? All praises to the Most High.
We was just talking about how the Lord, he orchestrated everything in the earth.
God.
But the brother Christopher was saying, you know, the things that we do in our life also have an influence on what happens to us as well. And I was giving them examples of how the Lord, he'll put obstacles in front of us and say, look, you should do this will be the outcome. But if you go this way, this will be the outcome. And I wanted to show them, when you look at this imagery right here from slavery, that's what happened. The Lord gave us options and we chose to go a different way. You know?
Right. Bring this out. Just to back that up. Deuteronomy 30 and 15.
This is Deuteronomy 30 and 15.
Right.
See, I have set before thee this day life and good, and death and evil.
Right, so the Lord said he set before us life and good, which is us keeping the commandments, and death and evil represents us breaking the commandments. Right, read on.
Verse 16. In that I command thee this day to love the Lord thy God, to walk in his ways, and to keep his statutes and his commandments and his judgments, that thou mayest live and multiply.
That thou mayest what?
Live and multiply.
That thou mayest what?
Live and multiply.
So when we keep the commandments of the Lord, we live and we multiply as a nation of people. But when we break the commandments, curses befalls us.
Yeah, the brother was just telling me that he was in jail for 8 years, and he was also talking about like how his father wasn't around, you know, and how that all played a role in the whole thing, like the decisions that we make.
Absolutely. Right? Jeremiah chapter 5, verse 25. Yeah, everything, brother.
This is Jeremiah chapter 5.
I went to the prison where I was at, whatever the case is, out here down, they put me in a hole for fighting. So I go on the cell. I'm like, tell the dude I got my Bible on me and everything. I'm like, man, you don't know who I am, I don't know who you is, XYZ. So he just got so get on in bed, lay down. Boom, 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 boom. I'm like, what the fuck? But I'm talking about the dogs, man, he throwing haymakers, bro. I'm talking about like lightning strikes. To the point when I got out the cell, they brought me out the cell. I was crying getting out the cell because I got a daughter. I get downstairs, officer like, stop crying, I can help you, man. Fuck. In my mind, I'm like, shit, I'm gonna just die. Like, I know in my mind, like how I say what God has said, like you see a light before you. I seen that light, bro. Like, don't get me wrong. I feel like, you know what I'm saying, God, he takes things away from you to help lift you as well. Like, he takes things away from you. He gives you things. You know what I'm saying? He gives you comfort. He gives you emotional comfort. He gives you multiple. Sure. So as being in all, I guess you could say my aspect of like I guess all I can say is just submit and just know who your alpha is.
Yeah, that's all it comes down to.
Yeah. All that pain and trauma that we have, we gotta let that fuel us to serve the Most High even harder. You know, because pain and trauma can really destroy a person. But what defines you and makes you a warrior is you using that pain for good. Right? You gotta let it fuel your energy, so to speak, to serve the Most High. You know, and you gotta constantly pray, you gotta fast, you gotta seek the Lord even harder, brother. Because the things that you went through was traumatic. I never been through those things. A lot of brothers never been through those things, so you got a story to tell. Right? So it's your duty and it's your obligation to come back to the Lord, brother, so you can be a walking testimony of the things that you went through and how the Most High had mercy on you.
Man, I'm honest, man. So I done witnessed some stuff happening, being locked up. So it's like, it's coincidence we having this conversation. Like, I done witnessed some people dying, people I done talked to before they died, like what they wanted to do, and didn't even know they was finna die type thing. And and me saying this and being able to be a voice and a speaker, you know what I'm saying, for them people, it's more like, I guess you could say, if I had to tuck my tail in right now, I'd tuck it in. I mean, like, if I had to turn myself in type shit, or had to down, you know what I'm saying, I would do it, because simple fact, like, I know where my mind at. Like, my mind is on shell shock. My mind is, it's gone. I ain't gonna lie, right now, that bitch is gone. I keep leaving my mom's house for no reason on some dumb shit, so it just.
Let me say this, brother. I know you may feel like your mind is gone, but the fact that you up here conversing with
it
us.
ain't my mind gone. It's that I'm shot out. Like, I done already, like, took that other person, that alter ego person, looked at him, said, you ain't moving right. Stop. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I done killed. And I feel like me killing that could be a good advantage to my life. Because I feel like without my family, without me being effective piece towards my family and them towards me, guess what? I'm 32 years old. So my best bet is to do this. Regardless. If I'm with them or I'm not with them, guess what? The same outcome gonna come out. Same outcome. Because guess what God said to do? What he say do? Leave your mother and your father. Come on, man.
My brother said he was gonna have one of the shirts over.
This
Right,
John,
because you definitely got to kill the old man, right, to walk as a new man in the Lord. Bring this out, John 12:24.
This John chapter 12 and verse 24.
Right.
Verily, verily, I say unto you, except a corn of wheat fall into the ground and die.
Right, so when you planting the seed, that seed doesn't stay the same. Right, that seed and body dies off and it grows into a fruit. For example, a watermelon seed, that black watermelon seed, it doesn't stay looking like that. It turns into a watermelon. You understand? So in order to grow, you got to kill those old habits. Those old habits and that old man got to die off or fully grow as a new tree in the Lord. Bring this out.
It abideth alone, but if it die, it bringeth forth much fruit.
It bringeth forth what?
It bringeth forth much fruit.
Right?
He that loveth his life shall lose it, and he that hateth his life in this world shall keep it unto life eternal.
Right. So all praise to the Most High. So what the brother Shamar shared with you, King, what did you receive from that? What did you learn from that?
I mean, really, I'm gonna be honest. Like I was saying before, I mean, I hear it, but it's like I got my own different understanding of where my mind is at, like spiritually, like I feel like some of our people that done died, but also then, like, same like how you work a job and you save up money or whatever, same thing happens when you die. You save up enough money to get it's like a ticket, be able to visit your family, like spiritually wise. And I say that because like it's coming from my neck situation. What happened to my neck in North Carolina? So me saying that is just like, I ain't gonna lie to you, man. I really just feel like, I ain't gonna say I'm the last piece, but I just feel like, I guess I gotta take life for what it is and just, I guess, get on top of my bike and keep pushing. I mean, however I fall, however I land versus me riding my bike, if I scrape my knee or whatever, you know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, I feel like it's a lesson for each wound.
Yeah, but Christopher, this one thing, I agree with a lot of what you were saying. But one thing I disagree with, you said it's a coincidence that you was here. Man's going to other Lord. Most High wanted you to be here for a reason, because he know everything that you thinking. He want to constrain your thoughts and make it fun. All right, he want to have you thinking the right way, because you got a daughter. How old is your daughter? She 9. So you got to teach her the right way, so she don't end up going through the same BS you went through. Right, and this how you gonna do it. The verse the brother got right here.
That shit over with too. So it like,
you got to teach her this.
That's irrelevant, because it's like that shit over with too. Like her, my child, like that shit over with. Like, what do you mean by that, man? I done did too many years behind the wall to where like,
no, never over.
Listen, brother, my dad did 20 years in prison. Listen, my dad did 20 years in prison, and me and him still have a relationship, brother. So it's no excuse how much time you did, brother. You still got to be there for your children, and not only.
I'm not neglecting that part. But it's like, why jump into something and I'm already off track, off the situation?
Just get back on the track.
Nah, it ain't just getting back on track like that.
Hold on, yes it is, brother. Proverbs 24:16. Right? When you fall, you gotta get back up, brother. That's a losing mentality. Right? We out here to breed warriors, brother. Right? Because that's who you are, brother. The fact that the Lord got you still standing, you're a warrior, brother, and you gotta see that. You gotta look yourself in the mirror and realize that, brother.
That's right.
And we're gonna be here to hold you accountable, brother. Give me Proverbs 3:5, and ultimately the Most High, the Lord. Because again, brother, Most High could have had it go another way in prison. You could have died in there. Because you said you seen people die in prison. But the fact that you survived, doesn't that say something about the Most High? You here for a reason? Give me Proverbs 3:5.
Bring it out.
It's Proverbs chapter 3 and verse 5.
Right.
Trust in the Lord with all thine heart.
Do what?
Trust in the Lord with all thy heart.
And lean not unto thine own understanding.
Right, so brother, you don't want to lean onto your own understanding. Oh, I done did too much time. Man, that's over with. I don't know. I'm gonna stick the fork in me. I'm done. No, the Lord said you gotta trust in Him with all your heart.
That's right.
And you can't lean upon your own understanding. Right? Because the heart is deceitful, brother. The Lord said, he that trusteth in his own heart is a fool. Sometimes you can't trust yourself, brother. That's why you got to go trust the Most High and listen to what He said. And the Lord ain't never say just because you did 9 years in prison, you can't be there for your kids or you can't fight through whatever you're going through. The Lord never said that, brother. You got it.
I want to grab this other verse for you too real quick. This is Iraq chapter 30 and verse 21. Give not over thy mind to heaviness.
What the Lord say?
Give not over thy mind to heaviness.
Heaviness is depression. All the afflictions of man. Because I'm sure you think about a lot, brother. I'm sure you meditate on that trauma, everything that you went through, and it weighs heavy on your spirit. That's understandable. But you don't want to give your mind over to that. You got to filter it in with positive habits. Right? Whatever you like to do that's righteous, brother, do it. Right? Instead of saying, you know what, I'm done, I can't be in my child life, say, you know what, I'm going to do everything I can to be in my child life. Even if they don't understand it at the time. Right? Because I know you did 9 years, that's a long time away from your daughter. But she still got a whole bunch of life to live, brother. You can be there for her now. There's ways around that, brother. First, man, look. Like the brother said, just clean your act up as a man, come back to the Lord, and the Lord's put you in those positions to be there.
Nothing stop it or block it.
Right? Nothing can stop the Most High. So if you trusting in Him and doing what He say, like the scriptures say, you draw nigh to Him, He gonna draw nigh to you. You got it, brother.
And just a testimony of my own, I have a daughter. She's 1 year old. I made a decision like 1 or 2 years ago, you know, trying to make some quick money, and I could have been put away for 10 or 20 years. So I wouldn't have either seen my daughter until she was about your daughter's age or until she was about 20 years old. But all I did was I got right with the Lord. And I showed him, like, you know, this is why you should not, you know, lock me up and hinder my life. Because I'm going to get closer to you being out here, and I'm going to do what you basically expected of me to do.
Yeah, just Like, it's the spirit, because we was going into it. You got to put yourself in other people's shoes as well. Because you got a brother that's in prison right now, and he might be doing 100 years, and he wish he could be out to see his children. He wish all he had to do was 10 years so he can come out and see his kids. So you also got to put yourself in other people's shoes as well, brother. You know?
When I first got locked up, and I heard a young dude, his testimony or whatever, he said the judge said that he told his family that he wasn't gonna see his daughter till she was about XYZ years old. And my point saying that is like, that person telling me that testimony and giving me that testimony from their situation perspective, and seeing what I see in my life and seeing how I look at them, I kind of take it into like I take it into a sense where like I guess like I ain't gonna say like not an advocate, but like more like a voice of many struggles, yeah, examples, yeah. Because like I said,
be a living example.
Right.
You know, that's the spirit. You think like that. You know, so the Lord called you to be that example, brother. Now you got that mighty testimony. I did 9 years in prison. I still came out. I started keeping the commandments and serving God. I got back in my go to life. Man, that'd be a beautiful testimony, man. You know how much lives you would save doing that, brother? For real. You would be well respected. He'd be a man of renown if he did that. You know, got the TED Talks. People on TED Talk, they talk about their story. This man will have a beautiful story. We believe in you, brother, and we gonna pray for you, brother. What's your name?
That mean anointing. The Lord anointed you, brother.
Yeah, the Lord anointed you to be that example. Bring this up. Jeremiah 10:23, and it's not a coincidence that you up here. Bring this up.
This book of Jeremiah chapter 10 verse 23. Oh Lord, I know that the way of Salaki. Oh Lord, I know that the way of man is not of himself. It is not in man that walketh to direct his steps.
Right, so the Lord directs your steps. You don't direct your own steps. You may say, hey, I'm gonna go do this, or you may make plans and goals and things of that nature, but ultimately the Most High directs you in those steps. Right? You got it, brother.
I had a verse I'm going to show you. This Psalm 64 in verse 9, it's talking about after we see what the wicked experience, this is what another man is going to think. And all men shall fear it and shall declare the work of God, for they shall wisely consider of his doing. So you're supposed to look at what other men going through, say, nah, I don't want to do that. I got a chance to be in my daughter's life. I got to take it while I got it. Because there's other people that don't have that opportunity. You have to take it, man. The Lord, he showed you. This could be you.
Feed the flock, brother. She first Peter chapter 5, verse 2, fast. Give me Jeremiah 46 and 32. So we got to feed the flock. And that's spiritual. You a shepherd, brother. We all shepherds. Our forefathers were shepherds. Bring this out. Give me first Peter 5 and 2. Bring this out. First Peter 5 and 2.
This First Peter chapter 5 and verse 2. Feed the flock of God.
The Lord say,
Feed the flock of God.
The Lord say,
Feed the flock of God, which is among you, taking the oversight thereof.
Doing what?
Taking the oversight thereof.
So you got to take the oversight, brother. So now you got to get that rule over your spirit, come back to the Most High, so you can be that righteous example, taking the oversight. Men got to take oversight, brother. Men can't just say, I give up, and just, nobody going to respect it, brother.
Right.
Not even you. Bring this out.
Not by constraint, but willing.
But what?
But willing.
But what?
But willing.
So you got to willingly offer up yourself. Read on.
Not for filthy lucre.
Not for money.
But
Not
of
for a name. But what?
But of a ready mind.
Of a what?
But of a ready mind.
Read on.
Neither as being lords over God's heritage.
It say, but of a ready mind. So, brother, you got to have a ready mind. You got to say, yeah, man, I'm going to live positive. I'm going to do right. So I can see my daughter. So I can be that righteous example. And this is the help that you need, brother. And whatever help you need, brother, we can help you. That's what we out here for. We can keep in touch with you and help you, brother, and get the help you need. Right, now give me this.
The book of Genesis chapter 46 and verse 32.
Bring it up.
And the men are shepherds.
And the what?
And the men are shepherds.
And the what?
And the men are shepherds.
No, they weak.
The men are shepherds.
No, they give up.
The men are shepherds. For their trade has been to feed cattle, and they have brought their flocks and their herds and all that they have.
That's right. So that's what the shepherds do. They feed the flock.
Right.
No matter what, brother, no matter what they going through, if they had a bad day, they had a bad year, a bad 9 years, guess what? They gonna get out and feed that flock. So with that, Kwam Yasha.
Kwam Yasha.
Kwam Yasha.
Kwam Yasha.
Kwam Yasha.
Kwam Yasha.
Shalom.